allegiance to the flag of the United States of America and to the republic for which it stands, one nation, under God, indivisible, with liberty and justice for all.
Can you hear me, Dylan? Yeah, okay. Okay. Roll call, please.
Here.
There we go.
Here.
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 Here. Here.
Thank you. So as you all know, we're walking through the budget this last month or so, and we're hoping and moving toward a 0% tax increase. And we've already covered a number of topics. And as you can see, we have quite a few topics tonight. And John has allocated about 15 minutes for each. So we'll start with special education. And Dr. Bixby, are you with us?
Yes, I am.
I see you. Okay.
Good evening. How are you? I'm joining you on Zoom tonight.
Okay.
So if you guys would like, can you hear me?
Yep.
Perfect. If you guys would like to take a look, as you know, special education, like all the other areas in the district, it's been a different year. So as we'll see, you'll see some increases and decreases, and we'll go through that and show you in the budget. So the first thing I'd like to call your attention to, if you look at the 1100-340, chapter 15s, there was a $10,000 decrease. That was due to the number of students who are receiving services through chapter 15 and some of the changes in delivery services. If you'd like to go to the next area, 1200-322, that's the IU operated programs. And this is broken down on the back side of your paper. Colonial Intermediate Unit 20, Special Education Contracted Services, so you can see that more specifically. But with that total, that did go up. That was an increase of $49,000. And that was due to changes in services for students that needed some additional support. And are there any questions so far?
So who is the behavioral consultant, and why isn't that budget changing at all?
Are you looking at on the back page?
On the back page, yes.
Yes. That is our counselor for the students in our emotional support program that we contract with the intermediate unit for.
Is it a specific person or?
Yes, it's a specific person and it's her salary and benefits.
I just happen to know it didn't go up, so it's unusual. That's why I pointed it out.
Yes, we're going by the numbers that they gave us.
Okay, thank you.
Sure. The third piece, and Mrs. Nielsen will be taking over the second half of this presentation. I didn't say that in the beginning. The third piece of this at 1220-330, the PT and contractual services, there was a $15,000 decrease. And this is because we're fortunate enough to have Kelly Adams, who is our ed consultant for the district. She's our board certified behavior analyst. And because we've utilized her services, we have not needed to utilize services that we used to from an autism consultant at a per diem rate. So that has saved us money in that area. And the last one I just wanted to review was 1200-561, which was tuition to other LEAs. We saw a decrease there as well of $34,000. And again, that was due to changes in student placement. So I'd like, oh, sure.
My mind, LEA stands for Local Educational
Agency.
Agent. Okay, thank you. Yep.
Agency, yes. The school, other schools.
Other schools.
Mm-hmm. So Mrs. Nielsen, I'll give the rest to her to share the second half of the presentation.
Thanks, Diana. Can
Sure.
everybody hear me okay? Okay. I'm going to draw your attention to 1200-650, which is the instructional software. There was an increase there due to the renewal of the Reading Wonders curriculum. We contribute a portion of that because our students also use that. They're looking at 1200-650 and 752 equipment. There was a $15,000 decrease for that due to the ability to use capital reserve funds if needed. We don't foresee needing to purchase any equipment this year. 1200, 563, and 567 are for our APS and ESY costs. There's an increase of $11,000, and that's due to changes in students' programming needs. We also had an increase there due to additional extended school year services and COVID compensatory services being offered for students who qualified to receive them. 1201, 562 cyber charter schools. This is the biggest increase. This number, currently we have 20 students enrolled in cyber charter schools. Estimated it's about $28,950 per student. Currently, we have 20 students enrolled in cyber charter schools. So based off of that number, if all 20 students stay in those schools for next year, we're looking at an increase of $293,000. I will say that every summer we reach out to families that are enrolled in those schools. We contact them to try to convince them to come back to the district. We know that based on conversations we had with families in August, there are families that do intend to return to DV from the cyber charter schools. So Diana and I are actually going to start the process a little bit earlier this year to try and get those conversations going and get the kids back to the district. Does anybody have any questions?
So Bill, what do you think about the increase in cyber charter schools? Are you monitoring that as we're moving along?
Well, you'll see later on in the presentation where we'll show you the numbers, and I think it's a place to start, but I think it's a place to monitor over the next few months to see, how much of a shortfall going into next year without a tax increase we are willing to, within reason, take. But that based on the numbers as they are now, yes, that's the number we need. Can't, hard to predict for next year.